We live in a world where we think we're free because we can walk into a supermarket and choose between 30 different flavors of ice cream. We look at the shelves, we make a choice, and we tell ourselves, I have freedom. But freedom isn't free. That is just a consumer choice. What we're actually living in is a simulation of freedom. We are inside a virtual bubble where the illusion of choice hides the reality of the cage. We are modern day slaves in a system designed to keep us compliant, distracted, and completely unaware of our own strength. Today, I want to talk to you about why you feel stuck, how the system breaks your intuition, and the elephant in the room that explains why we don't fight back. Part 1: The Invisible Prison. If you look around, you see the cracks in the system. Stability is an illusion that is fading fast. But why do we stay in line? It's because we are in an invisible prison. The bars aren't made of steel, they are made of a monetary system designed to separate the classes. It's a mechanism that breaks the gap between those who own the resources and those who work for them. We have a class order right now that is maximizing their resources, moving their assets, and preparing for a collapse because they know the current system is unsustainable. They are playing a different game while we are fighting over the scraps. But the brilliance of this prison is that you don't see the warden. You just feel the pressure. You feel the need to conform. And if you try to step out of line, you realize very quickly that your freedom is entirely tied to your compliance. Part 2: Flooding the zone. How do they keep us in this state? How do they stop us from realizing we're trapped? They use a tactic I call flooding the zone. Look at your social media feed. 1 second you see people dying in a war, you see people getting hurt, you see all kinds of different accidents. The next second, a video of a cat, a puppy, a cute baby. And then you see a tragedy, and then an advertisement, and then the cycle repeats. That isn't an accident. This is psychological warfare. They are flooding the signal with so much noise that it breaks your natural intuition. They are putting you on an emotional roller coaster, spiking your cortisol with fear, then hitting you with dopamine from entertainment. When you do this enough times, the human brain goes numb. You lose the ability to distinguish what matters from what is just noise. You become a drone. They have mastered the art of distracting us from the fact that the civilization we know is breaking down. Part 3: The Elephant Metaphor. But here is the most important part, the key takeaway. If the system is so corrupt and the walls are crumbling, why don't we just leave? Why don't we reach our potential? This reminds me of the story of the circus elephant. When an elephant is young, they tie it to a wooden stake in the ground. The baby elephant pulls and pulls, but it isn't strong enough to break the rope. Eventually, it learns a lesson. I cannot escape. It stops trying. Years pass. The elephant grows into a massive, powerful beast. It could snap that rope like a twig. It could rip that stake out of the ground without even trying. But it doesn't. Why? Because in its mind, it's still that weak baby elephant tied to that stake. That is us. That is humanity right now. We are tied to a system that we have outgrown. We are shackled by a class structure that relies on us believing we are powerless. The people running the show, the people managing this simulation, are terrified of one thing. They are terrified of us realizing our true potential. They are terrified of the elephant waking up and realizing that rope isn't real. Part 4: Breaking the Signal. We are missing out on so much innovation, enlightenment, and advancement because we are too busy fighting each other in a cage that they have built for us. The only way to win is to stop playing their game. Stop letting them flood your zone. Turn off the noise and reclaim your natural intuition. We have to move out of this cocoon phase. We have to stop accepting the simulation of freedom and demand the real thing. The stake is in the ground, the rope is there, but are you strong enough to break it? You just have to realize that you can.